a child's first steps, a kindergarten or high school graduation, or a wedding day. These are all milestones in a person's life that hit parents a little differently.
Yeah, of course, you want to celebrate these things, but there are also emotional roller coasters. While your child will always be your baby, they won't always be a baby.
Yeah, so joining us now to help parents cope with these emotional milestones, it's clinical psychologist Dr. Jeff Gardere. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Always great to be with the two of you.
We love having you. So, Dr. Jeff, tell us, why is it so hard for parents to cope with these life moments and milestones?
It's exactly what you said. They are milestones for our children with regard to cognitive ability or physical ability. But for parents, for them, it's always an emotional milestone that they have to get through in order to recognize that their babies are growing up. And there's just a lot of anxiety and nervousness to make sure that their kids are actually on what we talk about as doctors and psychologists on the 50th percentile. In other words, that they are in the average, if nothing else.
All right, let's talk about some of those milestones. Celebrations like first steps and kindergarten graduations, they are happy occasions, but is it okay to let the kids see you cry and explain that they're tears of joy?
Yeah, absolutely, because we do cry when we see these things. It is out of happiness, but we should explain, mommy, dad, or whomever the parent may be, whomever the caretaker is, they are crying because they are so happy. But I do caution, be careful, because if we're crying at each milestone, then the child begins to think, well, maybe is there something going on here, something a little bit wrong, or is there an expectation that I have to hit where there has to be joy every single time? And so we don't want to put that kind of anxiety on our kids to have to strive each time in that way. As you're indicating, it is about letting it flow, letting it happen naturally.
Okay, let's talk about anxiety. There might also be some anxiety mixed in, but parents really never stop worrying about their kids, even as they're loosening the reins. Why is that?
Well, because we want to make sure that our kids are actually following the milestones. And we're also concerned that this is a very difficult world. This new normal means that young people moving into the world as they get older will have a lot more pressures than perhaps people from my generation. You all are still young enough, but people from my generation, and it is tough out there. So we really want to shelter them as much as possible, keep them as happy and innocent as much as possible. And getting older and getting through these milestones means dealing with the cold, hard realities of life, but we have to keep it happy for them.
You know, these days, kids, they have so much going on. They have their own lives, really, a lot of activities. How can parents accept the fact that their role in a child's life changes when the kids get older and they graduate, especially graduate high school?
I think parents really have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Kids are going to change, and we're educating them today that it's not always going to be about the parents. At some point, when kids get old enough, especially as they're going through the years of adolescence, it's all about the peer groups and not so much about being sheltered by the parents. So we have to prepare ourselves for that we can't helicopter anymore at some point, that we have to grow along with our children so that we can be a good guiding force and not really clamping down on their growth.
All right, I know a lot of parents sending their kids off to college will take heed to this advice. So, Dr. Jeff, thank you so much for joining us again.
Thank you. Next time we'll talk about empty nest syndrome
Okay,
when the kids do go off to college.
Have a good one.